Are you thinking about retiring abroad? Let's break down the best countries offering real retirement visas in 2025. We rank these from the highest to the lowest income requirements. We also cover the cost of living, age requirements, healthcare, language barriers, and how easy it is to stay there long term. So, tune in. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. This is Doc and Bean, and we are here to give you the best retirement visas in the world, the best countries with the best retirement visas, right? Because, some of us are older and close to that, retirement age. And we have to do research on which country was better for us, and even if you go and you visit and stuff like that, if that's the way you're, thinking about going, I want to retire outside of the countries. These are the top for 2025. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you don't got nothing to say. You ain't close to retirement. You won't just ignore that I said that. Usually he got a little comeback.
Well, I am close to retirement. I'm actually at retirement in most of the countries.
Yeah.
But you're not far either.
All right. Let's get into it.
All right, so we're gonna start with these are the list of the countries with the best retirement visas. And the first country we're gonna pick is the country we're actually going to that has a really good retirement visa, and that's Thailand.
Yeah. And not only do they have the best retirement visa, they also have affordable cost of living, right? And that's why it made our list as well. So it has to has a good retirement visa and it has to have affordability.
Right.
Right. So in Thailand, they have a retirement visa and it's O or OA. And the income requirement is $1,800 USD a month, right? Which is 6,500 baht. And you also have another option to where if you don't have that monthly income, if you just have cash, you can have 22,000 USD in a Thai bank.
That's important. It has to be in a Thai bank account.
Yeah. So, and the age requirement is 50 and over, right? What? I ain't say nothing guilty about something.
No.
Okay.
So that 50 and over is the requirement for Thailand, along with a lot of other countries.
Yeah.
Too.
Right. So so the cost of living in cities like Chiang Mai and Hoi An, it's like 1,200 to 2,000, which includes rent, food, insurance, transportation. Bangkok, you can still be in that range, but then it might be a little higher because it's a major city, major hub.
Yeah, Chiang Mai is a lot cheaper.
Yeah, Chiang Mai is a lot cheaper. But we like more of the city vibe than what Chiang Mai is. So and then like the language is Thai, but you find a lot of English speaking people. Even when we was in Chiang Mai, they had everybody. I didn't run into a problem speaking English in Chiang Mai at all.
Right.
So, and the healthcare is top tier, right? People go to Bangkok and to Thailand for healthcare.
Right.
And then so the long-term stay, you get 1 year as a retirement, but you have to renew it every year. And then you have to check in with immigration every 90 days. So, and we also have like a perk section for like the senior perks, but Thailand don't really have any. But why would you move to Thailand? Hey, why would you move to Thailand?
Cost of living will be number one.
Yeah.
Food is important.
Yep. Beaches, right? And they have like even in Chiang Mai wellness meditation retreats. And food, night markets, the culture, the festivals, like what was it, just Songkran that just happened? You don't want to move too much when you start to retire, but you still want to be able to see the fun or go have some fun and then go back in your room,
Right.
And and the climate is warm year round if that's what you like. That's what we like. Yeah. Okay.
So next on the list of countries with the best retirement visa is Ecuador.
So the name of their visa is pensioner visa, right? And their income requirement is $1,275 a month. This has to be guaranteed pension money, though. And there is no age requirement really, but you know, in order for you to get a pension, you should be of age. So, even though they have no age requirement, because I'm not gonna say my age, but in my 40s, I am collecting a pension. So this is why no age requirement is good, right? And their cost of living in places like Loja is like $1,000 to $1,600. So it's very affordable. That's rent, utilities, and food. You know, if you're thinking about health insurance, it might be an extra, you know, $80 to $150. Here, though, it's best to learn Spanish.
Right.
But you'll find people that speak English and, you know, in big cities, expat hubs, but
Yeah,
it
most
would,
Spanish countries, you should probably learn Spanish.
right. You'll just have a better time. Healthcare, they have good private healthcare, you know, and the insurance is affordable, right? For long-term stay, you renew it every 2 years, and check-in is minimal. You only have to check in when it's time to renew. So that's a plus, you know. Yeah. And so some of the perks of being an older person in Ecuador, you get 50% off public transportation and cultural events. You get 50% off utility bills, reimbursement of sales tax, it's called the IVA, on goods, priority lines at banks, government houses, and low cost national health care, but you just have to register for that. I'm like, man, I would move there, get all those perks, right?
All right, so Ecuador, why would I want to move there?
Well, if you want to live in the Andes or the Amazon, or the beach, you have choices, right? They have a bunch of scenic towns like Cuenca, you know, with walkable historic centers. They have like a art culture, a coffee culture, and they have a bunch of expat friendly communities too. And you can go to one of the places I want to go to. This is on my bucket list, the Galapagos Islands. So you could go there, right? Yeah, and it's easy to explore the country for cheap by bus or train. Yeah.
Okay. Next on the list is Panama.
Panama. So the name of this visa is pensionado visa, right? The income requirement is $1,000 a month for pension, or $1,250, you know, with a dependent. The age requirement is, they don't really have an official age requirement, but retirees are typically, you know, 50 plus, if you're going to be saying like you have a pension. And again, learn Spanish. You know, they have English expat zones, but you learn Spanish here. And they have excellent private healthcare. So that's a plus. And the long-term stay, the retirement visa can gear you into a permanent residency visa, which is a plus, right? And then you won't have to even check in at all. Yeah. Yep. So, and some of the perks here, you know, is you get 25% off airline tickets and utility bills. You have 20% off medical services, 50% off entertainment like movies and concerts, 15% off of hospital bills, and yeah, you get fast track to permanent residency. So, and plus you get low property tax, on home imports and stuff like that. So, yep.
All right. Why should I move there?
So you should move there because Panama got beaches, they have cities, they have, you know, it's along the Caribbean coast. So Panama, a lot of people love Panama.
And people are friendly.
Yes, the people are friendly. And, you know, it seems like the expat community in Panama is growing. You keep seeing more and more videos of, especially single women and all that stuff. And so many people are moving there. Yeah.
Okay, next is one of our favorite places too.
Yeah.
Is the Philippines.
The Philippines. So, and these are like, so many retirees go to the Philippines. They have a SRRV visa. It's called a special resident retiree visa, right? And the income requirement is only $800 a month, right? But you also have to have $10,000 to $20,000 deposit, depending on your age and your pension. But the requirement age is 50, right? But the cost of living is pretty reasonable there. Like in Cebu, it's $1,000 to $1,800. Where we would probably go back, because that's where we went. It was Cebu, and it was pretty cheap. But I would like to see, because when we were there, they had a whole bunch of construction going on. So we would like to see what they did there. But they have cheap local food, services, internet, healthcare, you know, and they speak English. This is a huge plus. English. And yeah, they have good private hospitals in the city. So, you know, and for long-term stay, it's indefinite. You get a lifetime visa if maintained, right? There's no issues usually with it. And you just, I think there is an annual check-in, right? But some of the perks, right, for being older in the Philippines, you get no travel taxes when entering or exiting the country. You have duty-free imports, so you're moving, you get up to $7,000 in household goods if you're moving there and you want to bring over some stuff, right? You get exemption from an annual ACR card, right, and that's specifically for the retirement holders. And then you get access to discounted rates at some hospitals. So, yeah.
Okay. Why would I actually want to live there?
Well, you got 7,000 islands to explore, like Boracay, Palawan. You know, you get to go to the Kawasan Falls like we did. We did canyoneering there. You have world-class diving, snorkeling, very, very friendly people. I mean, we love the Filipinos. And they have a very, like, good nightlife as well. The weather's warm all the time if that's what you're into. And karaoke, yeah, as I said before, in nightlife. Now, everybody, it seems like in the Philippines, can sing. Do you know that? Like, they be doing karaoke so much, it seems like everybody can sing. For real, look at the videos. You'll see all the guys, girls, everybody have a beautiful voice. Okay, good.
Melodious.
Yeah.
All right. So the next country with the best retirement visas is Nicaragua.
Nicaragua. So this is the visa name is a pensionado residency, right? And the income, it requires you to have $600 a month in pension. You see how, as we go down, the requirements go down. We did that just for you. Right? It's $600 a month in pension, right? And the requirement age is 45 years of age. So we both qualify. And the cost of living in places like Leon is like between $800 and $1,300 a month. This is based on your living, how you want to live there. They have very low housing. Food cost is pretty cheap. You know, I guess Nicaragua, it's kind of iffy. You just have to find like safe spots, but it's not, you know, an unsafe place per se. But, you know, it's not like Thailand or something where you still got to watch your back, probably a little more, you know, not probably more than you have to do here in America, right? Learn Spanish. They speak little English. The healthcare is a little limited, but private is good healthcare. You just have to go private here. And the long-term stay, you have a year before you have to check in. So it's a yearly check-in, yeah. And some of the perks, you have up to $20,000 in household goods you can import tax-free. Yeah, and also duty-free on car imports if you want to bring your car over. And no taxes on your pension at all here. Yeah, so that's good. Yeah.
Okay, so why would I want to live?
No, Nicaragua is just if you see like the views, they have volcanoes, freshwater lakes like Lake Nicaragua. It's very peaceful, small towns, you know, artistic communities, very laid back beach life, you know. So everything is here, you know, wildlife, jungle tours, hot springs. It just seems like, you know, if you really want to go and have a chill retirement, this is where you go. Yeah.
Okay, next country is European country. Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. So their visa is a type D visa, right? And the requirement is, I think it's $600 a month. It was 500 euros that you have to have. So let's put that around 600 USD, right? And there is no age requirement here, but the cost of living is very low. One of the cheapest in Eastern Europe, right? And you have a lot of the cities, the cost of living is between like $900 and $1,400. But this is Europe's like hidden gem. If you want to live in Europe and you don't want to have a high cost of living, this is where you go. Because rent can be as low as $250 a month. You know, in winter, you'll have like heating costs. So, and the language, though, is Bulgarian, and you'll have limited English, but they'll have places that, of course, you know, that speaks English and stuff like that. Healthcare, they have both public and private, and that's improving. They said they have a lot of like hospitals, and it's getting to be more modern. And they have the long-term stay is a year. They have a year visa and it's renewable. And then in 5 years, you can get permanent residency. So the fact that it leads to permanent residency is good. So
it's kind of like Portugal.
Yeah, yeah. And just cheaper.
Yeah.
But and then one of the perks is once a resident, you get, you know, Eastern European rights, means that you get to be a part of the Schengen you know, community, which is over what 20 something, I think almost 30 countries. You can move borderless freely within those countries. So yeah.
Okay. So why would I want to live there?
You would want to live there if you like the change in seasons, right? If you come from, you know, America and like from like Philly or New York and you love the fall, you like to see, you know, the fall, the winter, you want to ski, like here's where you go. And then there's beaches because they have a seacoast in the summer. So you get the best of both worlds, right? They have castles, cobblestones, vineyards. They have a big wine culture if that's your thing, you know. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next country is Cambodia.
Cambodia. So the name of their visa is the E-Class visa or the ER retirement extension, right? And the income requirement, there's no fixed income requirement, but you do have to have proof of a pension. But they're not just saying what your pension has to be. I guess that's open, right? But the age requirement is 55 and older. And then the cost of living in places like Phnom Penh is between 900 and 1,500, and that's one of the cheapest places to live, really. They have private health care. The language, it's hard to find English outside of the major cities. So you know, it's better for you to stay inside the main hubs. And then the long-term stay is between 6 to 12 months with visa extension and to renew it. So, yeah. And there's necessarily no real perks here. Not like, you know, some of the other places. I'd be looking for perks. They know I'm a coupon person. If I get a perk, if I get a discount,
okay,
I'm all
no
in.
perks, but why should I live there?
It's very like they have a lot of ancient temples, but it's very, very affordable, you know, and they have spa, massages, like everything. It's even cheaper than Thailand, you know. So if that's you're really trying to budget your money.
Also, you can spend American money without exchanging it into the Cambodian, what is it, Rio or Ri, whatever the Cambodian money is, but you can spend American dollars there.
Yeah, and if you're really looking for a slow-paced life in Asia, this is one of the places. And they have beaches, you know, but everything is cheap. The local food is good. Yeah. So,
okay.
Yep.
So those were the countries with the best retirement visa for 2025.
Yes. So which of these countries would you consider retiring to, right? Drop your thoughts in the comment and like, share, and subscribe and share this video to anyone who's maybe close to retirement or thinking about, you know, going that way, right? Like us.
All right, peace.
Peace.